So welcome back, and we're moving to a different process or a different stage. So this is where we left, and if we come back and navigate and try rotate this, and it looks super and looks nice. So we are moving to a previous stage where we need to do some things that we left undone. So if I come here and try turn this around, you can see I have some hooks here, I have some plates here. So this is where the supporting wires or supporting wire ropes will be hooked from. So I'm going to create a hole here, and I think creating this component is very easy. That's why I've done it behind the scenes. So if you've been following this channel for some time, I think this will not be hectic thing to create. So let me just define my center point here. So I want to use the centers of this edge, and that edge to create a center right there. So that center is where I'll be able to create a hole there of a 40 dia. Now I'll come to points here. I'll come to edit, and edit will give me some options of accessing some tools like edit, like points. So let me just mouse at the edge of this, and mouse at the edge of the other end, and right click and come to interrupt, and I would have and now I've created a midpoint here. So I'm going to use this midpoint to create a hole. Now what's the size of my hole? The size of my hole will be 40. So I'll come here under applications and components, and I'll type maybe 32. I don't know the numerical name of that, so I've guessed it right. Hole generation. So I'm going to pick the member or the part I want to create a hole on, and press middle button on the mouse. So I'll just snap at the center there. So the moment I snap at the center here, I'll get a default hole. So this default hole, just click outside and click on empty screen, and just double click on the hole. That will bring in the default dimension of the hole you want to create. By good chance, I have this in place. So remember, to create a hole, get the full diameter on that, then get the half, then pick the circular there, then on the rotate, just click no, and the coordinate system, just use global XY plane. So that has been created. So what I want to create next is I want to create a fillet here. So how do I create that fillet? So let me just minimize that. I'm going to pick this member and click on these edges or the handles, or if I click on the handles here, let me just double click on the handles here. I'll come to shape, and under corner chamfers, I'll pick on the rounds. So under rounds, I'll key in, let me just use 40 here, and click OK, and come to the bottom end here and click on that, and use pick option round, and I'm going to use 40 millimeter to create a fillet there. So I've created a fillet here. So under view and under navigate here, I'm going to rotate that like that. So this is where we'll hook or create some tie our wire up and be anchored on the different foundations to keep our structure in position and in check against any disturbance from wind pressure. Now I want to mirror this, so I'm going to select this member and select that member. There are two plates because this one is bent, is inclined to that direction, so this will be but if you're doing the cutting, this will be bent, or will be bent and drilled as it is. So being my XYZ plane is still in the right position, I can as well come here and mirror this. So I'll come to copy and then pick on mirror. So I can just snap on any edge here, on any edge here, and I want to use this edge as my mirror line. So I'll go ahead and click copy. So once I've clicked on copy, I'm going to bring close the part I've just copied here. I've copied this member. I'll come to navigate, and I want to rotate this. So have this member in place. So I'll come here and select this member once again and pick on that once again. And I'll turn this, and I want to pick it from a position that will be able to see whatever I'm trying to do. So the next thing, I'm going to right click once again and come to move. So I'll pick it from this position here. So once I picked it from that position, I'll try merge it with this, with the other end of, with the other end. So once it is there, what I'm going to do next is just to invoke a move command in that direction. So I'll just right click and come to move and click linear. So on the x-axis, I'm going to just prefix my dimension, the negative sign, but I'm going to key in 10. So I'm going to move it in that direction bit by bit. So that is 50, that is 50. I just need maybe 100 like that. So that is enough gap for the wire rope to be tied. So I have this in place. Again, I want to mirror this. So this one should be accurate because I now need the exact center of this particular horizontal B or horizontal brace. So let me select that member, select this member, select that member. Remember, this is a well, same applies to that. So I'll right click, and I don't know, I don't think whether this has been selected. So let me just select on it, select on it, select on that, select on that. So I'll right click. So once I've right clicked, I'll pick on mirror. I'll pick on mirror, and I want to snap right at the center of everything here because I need that to be on the opposite direction with the same measurements. So I'll snap on that spot and click copy and click OK. So if you zoom this side, we'll be able to see we have this in place. So if I come here, I'll be able to see that one in place. So we have everything correct and done well, and well done. So I'll come here, left click, right click, and redraw. So we'll have refreshed everything. So if I turn this like that, I'll be able to rotate that. I'll be able to rotate that, you can see. So we have that in place. So we want to populate this or to the rest of the horizontal braces. Braces. So let me select that, select on that, select on that, select on that, zoom out and come here and select on this, select on that, select on that, select on that. Now, there's another thing that we've gotten rid of, and that was the point that was below here. So we have to create a similar one or come up with another point. So there's no need of going back and forth. Just double click on the screen here because we've lost our points. So we want to bring back our points here. So come to display after double clicking on the screen. Then we come here and activate our points here. So that will bring back our points that will be able to guide us in whatever we are doing. So I'll go ahead and click apply. So we have our points in place. So I'm going to use these points here to define my rotation line because we want to populate these rope anchors or anchor plates here. So let me go further again and select everything. Come here and select everything. So I've selected that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click and come to spatial copy and pick rotate. So once I picked rotate, I'm going to either assume that my rotation point is still the same. So let's try copy this. So if we try copy that, we are still our line is still active. Our rotation point is still active, so I can go ahead and do that. So we have that in place. So we have everything checked. So you can see that. I'm going to right click and double click, right click once again, and come to a display. So we want to remove those symbols or points because we've managed to do what we wanted to do without creating the points that we wanted to activate. So if I click apply and give it an OK, then click on empty screen, right click and come to redraw. We will clean up everything as it is here. Now let me turn this round, and you can see we have a nicely done anti-torsion fixture here. So we want to copy it upward by 22 meters. So that will take us closer to the antenna holder fixture. So let me isolate every part that we don't want. So let me click on that, I click on that, and leave that out, leave that out, and leave this one out, leave that one out, leave that one out. I'm just getting rid of what I don't want to carry along. So let me click on that, click on that, click on that. And this one also I'll leave out. I'll leave that one out. So I think we are good to go. And prior to that, let me first of all counter check if there's any part that might have been picked wrongfully. So I think we are good and we are good to go. So let me just turn around once again, and I think we can initiate or invoke the copy command. Now, once I've done so, I'm going to just to right click, and we wait it from here and to see whether it will come closer. So I'll come here and right click and come to special copy and pick on linear. So under linear, I'm going to key in 22 meters from where it is, and I'm going to click copy. So if it will come closer here, it is well above our target. So I'll click undo, and I'm going to click key in 20 meters like that, and click copy. So it will be okay. That will be okay, and we can add some dimensions here. 21 will be okay. 21 will be okay. I want it to be closer there. So if we add 21, that's wrong. That's not right. It's way below there. So let me just add the dimensions there and click 21. So 21 will bring it closer, but too much close. So 2500 2500 will be okay. So there we are, and this is where we want it to be. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to left click on the empty screen, right click, and come to redraw, and I'm going to navigate. So under navigate, I'm going to rotate with mouse, pick my rotation point, and we have this in place. So the anti-torsion fixture will come up here, and I will also check whether we have some clashes here, and there is some, but they are rectifiable, and on this particular case we're not in any way colliding with the braces, the rod braces that are anchored or welded between the three legs. So we have this in place. So the number one thing you always do, remember to save your work. So there are quite a number of anchor plates in here, but that will be done on the next presentation. But we like to terminate this at this stage because I hope you've gotten some point on how to create a mast, a guy mast here. So let me just double click on the screen here, and let me just first of all get rid of that. Let me right click and come to fit area to entire model. So that has been fit, and this is okay. So I can go ahead and save that. So if I come here and let's turn this around so that we have a look. Let me just right click and fit it work area, and I'll come here, try rotate this so that you have a little close look of what we were trying to create. So this is what we have created. So if I switch back to the bottom view, you can see what we have created. This is how it looks, and kind of somehow scary, and a little bit simple, but it looks somehow complex. But this is how far we've gone, and I hope you try this by yourself and come up with something that looks like this exactly. So let's meet on a different presentation, and I hope you'll tag along as we learn in the process of everything. So bye bye. We'll also create this in Comosys because Comosys have some similar tools as Tekla structures, but uh, some some in other areas the other is better than the other, and the other is much better than the other. Like Comosys, there's some tools that look much superior than Tekla structures. Also, Tekla structures tend to be somehow with some tools that much superior than Comosys. So we'll be using the two tools together as we move, as you learn Comosys, and also if you like to learn Tekla structures, it is very important if we know both. Now, because both exchange files, uh, like this one, we can export it to Comosys and maybe generate drawings in Comosys. And also you can create a drawing, a complex project in Comosys and bring it to Tekla structure and add some value. Likewise, in Tekla structure, you can take it to Comosys. So we'll do the similar project in Comosys also, and I hope will be accompanying the team or uh, the masses in learning in the learning process. So let's meet then and bye bye. And for this we've terminated here, and we'll pick on a different one or a different topic to explain the process as we do the detailing of that particular structure. So let's meet then. Bye bye.